Have you ever had the experience of interacting with someone who had this one thing that they did that drove you crazy, and yet no one else around you seemed to find it as annoying as you did? Well, this actually happens more often than you think as humans. And what do? Often we just try to minimize the interaction and not have that person as part of our lives. But sometimes this is just not possible. And this is what's going on with Donald and Kamala with the term weird. I'm Panda Hershey, and as an astrologer, one of the things I love using it for is helping people understand their relationships so that they can grow and create better connections with the people in their lives. So, with Donald and Kamala, what is this term weird? Well, if you look it up in the dictionary, you'll basically find that it is the opposite of normal. And so, keeping that in mind, let's take a look at Donald and Kamala's natural tools and talents. I'm going to share my screen. So, just as a reminder, what I do is I take their natal planets and I put them in order by degrees from 0 to 30 degrees for each of them. And this is essentially the order in which they experience life, in which we all experience life. And if you look here at 17 degrees, 54 minutes, and you can ignore the astrological sign, you'll see that they both have a tool. Here is Kamala with Venus at 17 degrees, 54 minutes of Virgo. And to describe this very simply, she appreciates and welcomes honing something into beauty and elegance. She loves making something perfect. And for Donald, he has Uranus at 17 degrees, 54 minutes of Gemini. And so his talent is having a unique way of processing and attuning to the details. And so he has a different way of looking at things, and this sometimes comes out of his mouth. It would be described as maybe not standard. We won't say not normal, we'll just say not standard or different. But the key thing here is that these two talents happen at the exact same time, and in this particular relationship, it is creating conflict. So, when Donald takes his Uranus tool and uses his unique approach to processing or communicating details, Kamala can take that and turn it into something beautiful and elegant. And that's how she spontaneously found the term weird. And that Venus, for her, also means that everyone around her will essentially say, "Oh my God, nailed it." So this is the astrology behind weird. In a different relationship with two people who actually care about each other, this combination does not have to be combative, and the individuals could be coached through this and given some tips. I love giving tips about how to create connection through these different energies. But the key thing here is that this interaction will never change. Whatever Donald says that is different or not normal will be just fodder for Kamala to take and turn it into something beautiful. So my advice to him would be, don't give her any ammunition. Anything clever that you think you can come up with, she will be able to counter on the spot with no preparation. And that's actually my advice to her, is just be yourself. Whatever you come up with will be, as Donald would say, beautiful. So we'll see how this evolves over time, but the one day to really pay attention to is August 15th. This is the day that both Mars and Jupiter will be at 17 degrees, 54 minutes of Gemini. And either one of them or both of them can harness this energy to boost their campaigns. So there is the potential for fireworks, and we'll see what happens. but I now hope you understand the background astrologically behind the term weird. Let me know if you have any questions.